Lisa, thanks so much. Folks, there are those that talk like economists and strategists. Then there are those that do. They've got to keep people employed and expand in a tough global economy. Philip Martens, he is the Chief Executive Officer, the President of Novelis, their aluminum. I'm going to call him a metal bender. I don't know. Is that disrespectful? If I call you a metal bender, is that a bad thing? You're
no,
rolling out aluminum, right?
That's correct. We actually manufacture aluminum product that goes into just about every end item that you could think of, from computers to cars to beverage cans, etc.
Tell us about the business right now, earnings. How are you doing just quarter to quarter as you go into 2011?
You know, we just announced this morning a record quarter for us, and we based that on EBITDA. And we had normalized EBITDA or adjusted EBITDA at about $290 million. I think what's important is what we're seeing globally in the economy, and that has been a relative strengthening in a linear fashion worldwide that seems to be holding. And I think the most interesting part was what we saw in the United States was on a year-over-year basis a notable increase in shipments and productivity.
I want to bring up a couple charts here. This chart stunned me. I was not aware of this. I'm supposed to know what I'm doing, folks. Here we are, long aluminum, Philip, and we've got Alcoa back 20 years, and this huge plunge in Alcoa. You're really pushing against this. You're optimistic on aluminum while we see one of the global giants flat on its back. Why do you disagree so much with the overcapacity of aluminum? What do you see that others don't see?
I think first there's a couple of points. First, macroeconomic trends support aluminum in general. When you look at urbanization, you look at the increase in demand for products like flat screen TVs that use aluminum backing or beverage cans worldwide, they do favor aluminum over just about any other package or material. We see that increasing primarily in areas of increased urban population, which is really South America and the broader Asian economy. The second thing that's very interesting is the change in economic and regulatory environments which favor lighter weight, more fuel-efficient product, and we are seeing an increase worldwide in aluminum application for automotive use.
This is interesting, folks, and this is the heart of something we talk about every day in America. This idea of, are we going to make jobs in America, or are we going to make them, as Mr. Martin says, in South America? This chart I've got up, Philip, is India and Terre Haute. You've got an operation in Terre Haute, Indiana. You're owned by a big Indian company. Folks, this chart is Hindelco, which does not look like Alcoa, decidedly. Let's start, Philip, with the idea, why does Hindelco, why does their chart look so different from Alcoa's?
A couple of points. First, Hindelco, based in India, has prided themselves and done a superb job on controlling the operational costs and taken advantage of the Indian labor market to help produce what they call the last man standing, which means that they're on the lowest end of the energy producing curve, and they can produce product profitably due to their cost structure. And when I look at that reason compared to Alcoa, Alcoa has a very diverse primary operation which does have some different cost curves into it. Admittedly, they're doing an excellent job working at it, but I think if you contrast and compare the two, one is built up in a very low-cost region, the other is dealing with some legacy issues that are still in higher cost manufacturing zones.
Philip, in 45 seconds to a minute here, are you going to develop jobs in the United States, or you just throw in the towel and say it's going to be a global company and Novelis is going to make those jobs happen in South America or in India or in Asia?
We're going to do both. And I couldn't have told you that with as much confidence 6 months ago as I can now. Clearly, we're adding jobs the rest of the world. We've announced major expansions in our facilities in South America, and we are growing in Asia. But in the United States, we're in early stages of looking at how we expand some of our footprint here based on what we see demand coming in different sectors other than our can production. So over time, I'm very pleased to say we will add jobs in both the emerging as well as the United States, but it'll take a little bit longer in the United States.
Philip Martens, thank you so much. This has been good. They're really in the trenches. We talked to too many guys that are, you know, they're academic, they're thinking conceptually. He's got to meet a payroll each and every day. Here's the number. It's about aluminum, 10%. 2020, that'll be aluminum content in autos versus 2% a quarter of a century, make it 35 years ago. We'll be back at Surveillance Midday.